There comes a moment in life when we get tired of the noise of comparison, the noise of competition, the noise of expectations pressing down from every direction. And in that moment, we don't crave applause or attention, we crave peace. Because once you've tasted peace, once you've lived a moment where your soul is quiet and your heart is at ease, you begin to realize peace is the real power. You can chase achievements, you can chase wealth, you can chase validation from the world, but if your mind is restless and your heart is in conflict, you'll always feel like something is missing. Peace is not just the absence of conflict, it's the presence of wholeness. It's when you can sit alone in a room with your own thoughts and feel safe. It's when nothing outside of you is controlling what's happening inside of you. That is power. Power isn't always loud. It's not always standing on a stage or speaking with authority. Sometimes power is a woman who knows her worth and doesn't need to prove it. Sometimes it's a man who walks away from chaos, not because he's afraid to fight, but because he knows the fight isn't worthy of his energy. Sometimes power is silence. Sometimes it's stillness. Sometimes it's a decision to stay grounded when the world is trying to pull you into a storm. Peace is that steady ground inside you that says, no matter what's happening around me, I'm okay in here. When people betray you, peace reminds you that their actions don't define your future. When life gets uncertain, peace tells you that you have survived before and you will rise again. It's the quiet confidence that doesn't need a spotlight. It's the internal calm that doesn't get shaken by the opinions of others. The world often tries to sell us a version of success that's loud, relentless, and constantly in motion. But true success is found in the quiet. It's found in knowing who you are, what you believe, and how you want to live, regardless of who's watching. Peace lets you rest when the world says hustle. Peace lets you choose what aligns with your soul, even when others don't understand. And that kind of clarity, that kind of calm, that's not weakness, that's not surrender, that's power in its purest form. Peace is strength disguised as surrender. It's the strength to walk away when drama tries to drag you in. It's the strength to forgive when bitterness begs you to hold on. It's the strength to remain kind when cruelty feels justified. Peace doesn't mean you don't speak your truth. It means you speak it with love, not vengeance. It means you act from wisdom, not impulse. It means you respond instead of reacting. Some of the most powerful people in the world aren't the ones shouting. They're the ones listening. They're the ones holding space for others while protecting their own energy. They're the ones who know when to fight and when to let go. They're the ones who have learned that not every battle is theirs to fight, and not every invitation to chaos deserves a response. Because when you have peace, you have the ultimate control. You choose how you live, how you love, and how you lead. Peace makes you magnetic. People feel it. They may not understand it, but they're drawn to it. Because peace is rare. In a world that thrives on fear, urgency, and competition, a person at peace is a revolution. A person at peace is someone who cannot be manipulated, who cannot be controlled, because their source of power isn't external, it's internal. It comes from alignment with their values, from trusting their intuition, from living in truth. There will be times when the world will try to convince you that peace means you're settling, that being calm means you're not ambitious, that taking the higher road means you're weak. Don't believe that lie. Peace is not the absence of dreams. Peace is the foundation that allows those dreams to flourish. Because when your mind is still, your vision becomes clear. When your heart is light, you make better decisions. When your soul is at rest, you become unstoppable, not through force, but through flow. You don't need to chase what you can attract. You don't need to fight for what already belongs to you, and you don't need to sacrifice your well-being for the sake of proving yourself to anyone. Peace allows you to trust the timing of your life, to honor your journey, even if it looks different than others, to believe that you are exactly where you need to be, and that nothing that is meant for you will pass you by. So hold on to your peace like it's your most sacred possession. Nurture it. Protect it. Because in the end, it's not the noise that makes you powerful, it's the stillness. It's not the approval that makes you whole, it's the alignment. It's not the chaos that makes you grow, it's the calm. Peace is not just a feeling, it is a force. And when you live in it, walk in it, and lead with it, you become unstoppable. There is something extraordinary about a person who is calm when the world expects them to fall apart. There is something powerful about someone who can stand in the middle of chaos and not be moved. That power is not noise, not force, not ego. It's peace. And peace is often misunderstood. It's not passivity. It's not weakness. It's not giving up. Peace is one of the most dynamic forces in the human spirit. It is the quiet strength that carries you through the storm. It is the invisible shield that protects you from the world's harshest blows. And it is the greatest form of power you can ever develop. Not over others, but over yourself. We live in a world that worships control. We're taught that power comes from dominance, from being louder, tougher, more aggressive than the next person. But what happens when all that noise quiets down and you're left alone with your thoughts? What happens when your title, your followers, your status, all of that fades, and the only thing you're left with is who you are inside? That's when real power shows itself. That's when peace becomes more than a luxury. It becomes the very foundation of your strength. Peace doesn't mean nothing ever goes wrong. It means you've built the strength to remain whole even when everything around you is falling apart. It means you've done the work to heal the broken places inside you. It means you've stopped looking for validation from people who never understood you, and instead of chasing the next win, the next relationship, the next distraction, you've chosen to come home to yourself. That's power. That's what so many people spend their lives trying to find in things, in people, in achievements, but never discover because they're always running from stillness. Stillness reveals who we really are, and peace gives us the courage to face that. You can have the money, the fame, the job, the relationship, but if you don't have peace, it won't mean much. Because without peace, all those things become heavy. They become burdens instead of blessings. You'll keep reaching and never feel full. You'll keep achieving and never feel enough. Peace is what makes your success sustainable. It's what makes your relationships authentic. It's what makes your heart feel like home. Without it, you're just surviving. But with it, you start living. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room to be the most powerful. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is choose silence, not because you have nothing to say, but because you don't need to prove anything. Peace allows you to walk away from arguments that don't serve you. Peace lets you respond instead of reacting. Peace gives you permission to breathe when the world is telling you to panic. That's the kind of power no one can take away from you, because it wasn't given to you by anyone else. You built it yourself. In your quiet moments, in your heartbreak, in your healing, in your prayers. You earned it. We often think peace comes when everything in our life is finally perfect. When the bills are paid, when the job is secure, when the relationship is thriving. But peace is not the result of perfect circumstances. It's the result of a trained mind. It's the result of knowing how to return to yourself when life pulls you in all directions. It's the result of choosing your thoughts with care, of holding boundaries with strength, of treating yourself with love even when others don't. Peace doesn't wait for the world to be kind. It begins when you choose to be kind to yourself. You learn peace when you stop chasing things that leave you empty. You learn peace when you stop seeking closure from people who never gave you honesty. You learn peace when you stop trying to fix everything and start trusting the timing of your life. That's when you start to realize that peace was never something you had to earn. It was always your birthright. You just had to clear out all the noise, the pain, the pressure, the lies, and finally make room for it. Peace is not some far-off place. It's a decision, it's a practice, it's a daily choice to not be dragged into every storm, every fight, every fear. It's a deep breath when you want to scream. It's a pause when you feel triggered. It's grace for yourself when you stumble. And the more you choose peace, the more you reclaim your power. Because peace doesn't mean you stop growing or striving. It means you stop suffering as you do. Peace is not about the absence of difficulty. It's about the presence of purpose. When you have peace, you don't chase validation. You stand in your truth. You don't force love, you become love. You don't beg for opportunities. You prepare in silence and trust that what's yours will find you. Peace isn't something that makes you smaller, it expands you. It allows you to rise, not with force, but with grace. Not with noise, but with presence. Not with fear, but with certainty that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. When you walk through life with peace, you will find that it changes everything. You no longer need to chase approval. You no longer need to impress anyone. You no longer need to fight for your worth because you already know who you are. And this is where true power resides, in the quiet assurance that comes from within. People may try to knock you down, try to undermine your efforts or question your choices, but when you have peace in your heart, none of that can touch you. It may affect you temporarily, but it will never shake the foundation of who you are. The world is filled with people who are constantly seeking validation from external sources. They crave likes, they crave attention, they crave recognition. But the problem with that is that those things are fleeting. What happens when you don't get the recognition? What happens when no one acknowledges your worth? If your sense of value is tied to the opinions of others, you will always be at the mercy of their approval. Peace is the antidote to that dependency. When you are at peace with yourself, you no longer seek outside validation because you already know you are enough. This doesn't mean you stop working hard or stop pursuing your dreams. It means you no longer need to prove anything to anyone. You operate from a place of alignment, not desperation. Your goals become clearer because you're no longer distracted by the noise around you. When you're at peace, you know what is truly important and what is worth your time and energy. You learn how to prioritize your peace over people's opinion. You learn how to say no without guilt. You learn how to walk away from things that no longer serve you, and that is powerful. Peace is the most powerful tool you have for creating lasting change. Change doesn't come from fighting the world around you. It comes from changing the way you engage with it. When you meet challenges with peace, they no longer have the power to overwhelm you. You approach every situation with a calm, measured response. The chaos of life may swirl around you, but you remain unshaken. The more you live in peace, the less likely you are to be pulled into drama. You stop reacting to every negative comment, every criticism, every fear. Instead, you observe, you learn, and you move forward. People often think that power comes from controlling everything around them, from manipulating situations to get what they want. But that is not true power. True power comes from controlling how you respond to what happens around you. It comes from your ability to stay grounded no matter what's happening in the world. And you can't get to that point of calm without first learning how to take care of your mind and emotion. Peace is a practice. It's a constant journey of choosing your responses, staying rooted in your values, and not letting external circumstances dictate your inner world. What I want you to understand is that when you have peace, you stop fighting with life. You stop resisting what is. You stop trying to control every outcome. Instead, you trust the process. You trust that the universe is working for you, not against you. Peace allows you to let go of the need to control everything and everyone. It teaches you to surrender to the flow of life. When you stop struggling, when you stop trying to force things into place, you create space for your true power to emerge. You begin to realize that the more you allow life to unfold, the more things fall into place. This doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. Peace is not about passivity. It's about doing the work from a place of calm and clarity. It's about making decisions from a space of alignment. It's about moving with intention, not out of fear or desperation. When you operate from peace, you make better choices. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter. You stop stressing over things that are beyond your control. Peace gives you the wisdom to focus only on what you can influence and to let go of everything else. The strength that comes from peace is the strength to trust your instincts, to act with integrity, and to stay true to yourself, even when the world tries to tell you who to be. It's the strength to stay grounded, even when everyone around you is panicking. It's the strength to rise above negativity and maintain a positive mindset. Peace is the power that allows you to face fear without being consumed by it. Peace is the power that enables you to take action without being paralyzed by doubt. It's the power that helps you bounce back from setbacks because you know that one moment, one failure does not define you. You can't force peace into your life. It must come from within. And that starts with making a choice every single day to protect your inner calm, to prioritize your mental and emotional well-being, to set boundaries that preserve your peace, to let go of the things that drain you, to stop people-pleasing and start people-respecting, to give yourself permission to rest, to recharge, and to simply, but when you do that, you'll find that everything else begins to flow more easily. Your relationships, your work, your health, all of it will improve when you put peace first. So don't wait for the perfect moment to start living in peace. Don't wait for your circumstances to change. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission. Take the power back into your own hands. Choose peace, no matter what is happening around you. Choose peace, even when the world is telling you to be stressed, to be worried, to be frantic, because that peace, that quiet strength, is where your true power lies. The world can sometimes feel like a whirlwind. Everywhere you turn, there's a new challenge, a new expectation, a new crisis demanding your attention. It's easy to get caught up in that cycle of constant movement, of always reacting to the chaos around you. But here's the truth. You don't have to be part of that storm. You don't have to be swept away in the rush of the world's demands. When you realize that peace is the true power, you start to see that you are in control of how you engage with the world, not the other way around. The power to stay grounded, no matter how loud or chaotic the world gets, is what allows you to not just survive, but thrive. Most people think that they must fight, resist, and prove themselves in order to achieve anything in life. They think power comes from standing up, speaking out, and overpowering others with their force. But what they miss is that real power isn't about fighting for attention. Real power is about creating space for yourself in the middle of the storm and choosing to remain calm. It's about knowing when to step back, breathe, and trust that everything will unfold in its own time. The strongest people I know are not the ones who are constantly chasing after the next big thing or trying to outdo everyone around them. They are the ones who understand that peace, inner peace, is the foundation of everything they do. When you live with peace at the center of your being, you don't need to chase anything. You don't need to scramble for success or approval because you already know that everything you need is within you. The more you realize this, the more you are able to cultivate a sense of security that comes from self-reliance, not from external sources. When you are aligned with peace, your energy shifts from a place of lack to a place of abundance. You stop striving for validation and start creating from a place of knowing that you are enough, exactly as you are. Many people spend their lives seeking power by taking action in the world, by building empires, gaining followers, or proving their worth through accomplishments. These things are not inherently bad, but the question you have to ask yourself is, what is the cost of that pursuit? If you're constantly pushing yourself and exhausting your energy to gain the approval of others, what are you sacrificing along the way? Often, we sacrifice our peace. We sacrifice our well-being. We sacrifice our sense of inner calm because we're too focused on the hustle, the struggle, the climb to success. The truth is, no amount of external success will ever fill the emptiness that is left when you lose your peace. True power, the kind that is long-living and truly fulfilling, is not about competing with others. It's not about being better than someone else. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about choosing to let go of the need to be perfect or to always be in control. It's about recognizing that you are already whole just as you are. That's the power of peace. It allows you to let go of the need for perfection and accept yourself, flaws and all. It allows you to see your mistakes not as failures, but as opportunities for growth. And it gives you the strength to continue moving forward, even when things don't go as planned. And as you protect your peace, something magical happens. You begin to attract people who resonate with that same energy. Peace is magnetic. People want to be around you, not because you're trying to impress them, but because they can feel your calm. They can see your strength, your unshakable foundation. You stop being at the mercy of other people's opinions because you are already secure in yourself. You start attracting opportunities, people, and circumstances that match your energy. That is the beauty of living from a place of peace. You stop chasing and things begin to come to you. It's important to note that peace doesn't mean that everything will always be easy. Life will always have its challenges. There will be moments when things don't go your way, when your plans fall apart, or when you feel overwhelmed. But the power of peace is that it allows you to respond to these challenges in a way that serves you rather than reacting from a place of fear, stress, or panic. You learn to trust that every setback is part of the journey, and with peace you face it with grace, knowing that you will move through it. You have the ability to create a life that is not ruled by external circumstances. You have the ability to find peace in the midst of uncertainty. And that is what will carry you through every storm, every hardship, and every moment of doubt. When you embrace peace as your source of power, you start to realize that you are never truly powerless. You are simply in control of how you respond to the world around you. Peace will always be your true power because at the end of the day, it is the one thing that no one can take from you. It is the power within you that will never fade. The best revenge to people who hurt you. They broke you. They lied to you. They humiliated you. They made you feel small. Maybe it was someone you loved, someone you trusted. Maybe it was someone who smiled to your face and stabbed you in the back the second you turned around. And now you're sitting there with the weight of it all, the betrayal, the anger, the heartbreak. You're wondering, how could they do this to me? And more than anything, you're wondering what to do with the pain. Let me tell you something that most people won't. Pain is power when you choose to use it that way. The best revenge isn't about making someone else feel what they made you feel. The best revenge is not about becoming bitter. It's not about proving your worth to people who already decided to overlook it. No. The best revenge is transformation. The best revenge is becoming so deeply rooted in who you are, so healed, so evolved, that their memory no longer controls your mood, your mind, or your mission. You want to hurt them back? Live well. You want to break their assumptions? Be happy. You want to really get under their skin? Succeed. Succeed in a way that is loud in results and silent in explanation. Because the truth is, nothing confuses the people who tried to break you more than seeing you rise. They expected your silence. They expected your collapse. They expected your bitterness, your breakdown, your burnout. They didn't expect to see you smiling again. They didn't expect to see you shining again. And they definitely didn't expect you to become better, not bitter. That's what shocks them. That's what unsettles them. Because they thought they had the final say in your story. But they didn't know your strength was still loading. You see, people will throw stones, but you get to decide what you build with them. You can build a wall that keeps you trapped in pain. Or you can build a foundation strong enough to rise above it. Every time you choose to grow instead of shrink, to forgive instead of fester, to heal instead of hate, you reclaim your power. And when you reclaim your power, nobody can take it from you again. Forgiveness doesn't mean what they did was okay. It means you're no longer willing to carry their poison in your soul. It means you're freeing yourself, not them. It means you're taking all that pain and turning it into something beautiful. You stop giving them the power to make you angry every time their name comes up. You stop giving them rent-free space in your mind. You stop reacting and start rising. Because the best revenge, it's peace. It's waking up and not thinking about them at all. It's having opportunities flow to you while they're still stuck in the same patterns. It's growing into someone who doesn't even fit into the version of you they once tried to destroy. That's power. That's victory. That's real closure. Don't chase explanations. Don't waste your breath trying to make them see what they've done. People see what they want to see. And some people will never admit the hurt they caused because their ego won't let them. Let them be wrong about you. Let them sit with their own unhealed wounds. Your job isn't to fix them. Your job is to fix you. And while you're doing that, the universe takes care of the rest. What people put out always comes back. It may not happen when you want it to, but justice has its own perfect timing. You don't have to force anything. You just have to keep becoming everything they said you couldn't be. You just have to keep surprising the world with your glow. You just have to keep walking in grace when they expected you to crumble in grief. Because the sweetest revenge is when they look at you and realize they lost someone they didn't even deserve. It's when they realize you were the real thing and they let it go. It's when they see you in rooms they told you you'd never be in. It's when they hear your name in places they swore you'd never reach. And you didn't get there by proving them wrong. You got there by choosing yourself every single day you showed up for your healing. You showed up for your growth. You took the broken pieces and made them into art. You took the scars and turned them into strength. You didn't wait for an apology. You became the apology you never got. And now you shine. You shine not in spite of what they did, but because you chose to rise anyway. People will hurt you. It's inevitable. They will disappoint you, betray you, and sometimes even leave you in ways that leave you questioning everything you knew about loyalty, love, and trust. It's not fair. It's painful. And the anger you feel, the hurt, the disbelief, it's all real. But what if I told you that the best revenge, the most powerful response to those who hurt you, isn't about trying to get even or seeking an apology that may never come? What if I told you that the best revenge is to focus on yourself and become so strong, so peaceful, so happy that their actions no longer have any power over you? You see, the most powerful thing you can do when someone hurts you is to take the energy you typically pour into anger and resentment and instead channel it into healing and growth. That's the secret. The best revenge isn't about breaking them the way they tried to break you. It's about rebuilding yourself stronger, brighter, and more unstoppable than ever before. They try to take something from you, your peace, your confidence, your trust. And when you respond by refusing to let them keep that power, that's when you win. I know how it feels to be left with a wound that runs deep, where every day is filled with the echo of what they said, the hurt of what they did. You feel small, you feel unimportant, and sometimes you even question your own worth. But let me tell you this. What they did is not a reflection of your value. It's a reflection of their inability to appreciate or respect what they had. You are not defined by their action. You are defined by how you respond to them. And the best response, it's choosing to rise above. It's choosing to be better, not bitter. Forgiveness is a word we throw around, but it's something that's so powerful and misunderstood. Forgiveness doesn't mean what they did was okay. It doesn't mean you're letting them off the hook. Forgiveness is for you. It's about releasing the chains of anger and resentment that hold you hostage. When you choose to forgive, you are setting yourself free. You stop giving them power over your emotional state. You stop allowing their actions to control how you feel about yourself. Because the truth is, when you carry that anger, it's only you who suffers. They've moved on with their life while you're still stuck in the past. But it doesn't stop there. The best revenge also comes when you choose to rise, when you take that hurt and turn it into something beautiful. The people who hurt you, who doubted you, who treated you like you were insignificant, will watch in awe as you rebuild yourself. They'll watch as you step into your greatness, as you make moves they never thought you were capable of. They'll watch as you succeed in ways they never imagined. And here's the thing. While they're still stuck in their own drama, still bitter, still watching from the sidelines, you're out there living your best life. That's what truly shocks people. Not your anger, not your revenge, but your success, your ability to get up, to keep going, to become better, stronger, and happier, despite everything they tried to take from you. Success is the best form of revenge. It's showing them that you didn't let them break you. You didn't let them dictate your future. And the beauty of it is, you don't even have to rub it in their faces. Your success speaks for itself. It shines in the way you walk into rooms with confidence, in the way you live your life with purpose, in the way you show up for yourself every single day. They will see you rise, and it will hurt them in a way they never expected. Not because you're gloating, but because your happiness, your peace, your success are the things they tried to take away. And when you refuse to let them have that, you show them exactly what they lost. So when they hurt you, when they betray you, when they try to make you feel like you're nothing, Remember this, the best revenge is not in making them suffer. The best revenge is in choosing to heal. It's in choosing to grow. It's in choosing to rise above their actions and build a life so beautiful, so peaceful, so fulfilling that they will realize too late that they could never have held you back. You are not what they did to you. You are what you choose to become. And when you choose to become someone who rises, heals, and thrives, that's when you've won. For you. So live well, laugh, love, and above all, keep growing. Let your success, your happiness, and your inner peace be the proof that you are unshaken. You didn't need their approval to move forward. You didn't need their apology to find peace. You just needed to choose yourself. And that, my friend, is the sweetest revenge of all. They broke you. They hurt you. And you're sitting there wondering, why? What did I do to deserve this? It's the kind of pain that feels suffocating, like the weight of their betrayal is too much to bear. It might be someone you loved, someone you trusted, someone you thought would never hurt you. But here you are, left with the pieces of what you once thought was solid, real, and true. It's a wound that stings deep and leaves you questioning everything, your worth, your judgment, and even your own sense of reality. But I'm here to tell you something that might surprise you. The best revenge isn't about getting even. It isn't about making them feel the hurt they caused you. No, the best revenge, the most powerful response, is about choosing to rise above it. It's about taking that pain and using it as fuel to build something better, something stronger, something brighter than you were before. The best revenge isn't about proving them wrong. It's about proving to yourself that no matter what they did, they can't take your power away. They can't take your peace. They can't take your happiness. You see, when someone hurts you, they expect a reaction. They expect you to crumble, to fall apart, to get angry and scream. They expect you to let their actions control your emotions and your life. But that's the trap. That's exactly what they want. They want you to give them the power to dictate how you feel. And the truth is, the best way to hurt them back is not to do anything at all. The best way to make them feel the weight of their actions is to rise above it, rise above the hurt, rise above the betrayal, rise above the lies. When you take that pain and use it as the foundation to build a stronger, more resilient version of yourself, you send a message loud and clear. They didn't break you. They didn't win. You are still standing. And you're standing even taller than you were before. Forgiveness. It's such a powerful word, but it's also one that's often misunderstood. Forgiveness doesn't mean that what they did was okay. It doesn't mean that you're forgetting the hurt they caused. What it means is that you are choosing to free yourself from the pain they inflicted. You're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. You're doing it because holding on to that anger, that resentment, that desire for revenge only poisons your own soul. And they've already moved on. They don't care how much time you spend stewing over their actions. They've left you with the burden while they walk away unscathed. So let it go. Forgive. Not because they deserve it, but because you do. Forgiving doesn't mean you're giving them a pass for the hurt they caused. It means you're reclaiming your power. You're taking back the control that they tried to steal from you. When you forgive, you're setting yourself free. You're choosing to no longer let their actions define your worth or your happiness. You're choosing peace over bitterness, growth over stagnation, love over hate. But forgiveness is just the beginning. The true revenge comes when you choose to succeed, when you choose to live a life that is so beautiful, so fulfilling, that it makes their attempts to tear you down look insignificant. The best revenge isn't about making them feel guilty or ashamed of what they did. No, the best revenge is to live a life so powerful, so joyful, that they can't help but see that their actions didn't break you. They only made you stronger. The more you rise, the more you grow, the more you succeed in ways they never thought possible, the more you show them what they missed. They didn't see your potential. They didn't see your worth. They didn't know who they were dealing with, but now they'll see. They'll see you thriving. They'll see you succeeding in ways that leave them stunned. And when that happens, the true revenge isn't about watching them squirm. It's about realizing that you didn't need them to be happy. You didn't need their approval, their apology, or their love to be who you were always meant to be. And that, my friend, is the ultimate victory. Because the revenge that's most worth having is not about hurting others. It's about healing yourself. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be, despite what they tried to do to you. It's about rising above their attempts to break you and showing them that they never had the power to destroy you. You are the one who gets to define your future. You are the one who gets to choose your path. And when you choose to heal, to grow, to succeed, you send the most powerful message of all. You can't be broken. Not by them, not by anyone. So the next time someone hurts you, remember this. The best revenge is not in hurting them back. It's in letting go of the pain, forgiving them for what they did, and using your energy to build the life you deserve. It's in choosing to rise, to live your life on your terms, and to prove to yourself that they never had the power to hold you down. You know, life has a way of throwing things at you that can feel like they'll break you. The people you trust, the ones you love. Sometimes they will hurt you in ways you never expect. It feels like a punch to the gut. The betrayal, the lies, the disappointment, it's all too real. You've given your heart, your time, your energy, and then they do something that leaves you questioning everything. You're left with that feeling of being torn apart, not knowing how to move forward or what to do next. It can leave you stuck in a place of anger, pain, and frustration. But what if I told you that the best revenge is not about striking back? It's not about lashing out, proving them wrong, or making them feel as miserable as you feel. No, the best revenge, the most powerful revenge, is about focusing on yourself. It's about choosing not to let their actions define you. It's about finding a way to rise above their hurtful words and deeds, to become stronger, more resilient, and more at peace than you ever were before. Because here's the truth. When someone hurts you, their actions say more about them than they do about you. It's not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their lack of understanding, respect, or love. The best revenge is not getting back at them. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about taking the hurt and using it to fuel your growth. It's about using your pain as a stepping stone to build a stronger, healthier version of yourself. So often we think that revenge means getting even, making them suffer. But the reality is that only keeps you stuck in their game. The real power is in choosing to move forward. Choosing to heal, choosing to grow. And let me be clear, forgiveness is not about excusing their behavior. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the chains that anger, resentment, and hatred can hold over you. It's about letting go of the idea that they owe you something. Because guess what? They may never apologize. They may never understand the hurt they caused. But what's even more powerful than their apology is your ability to forgive, to let go of the hurt, and to take control of your own peace. When you forgive, you free yourself. It's not about them. It's about you and your emotional well-being. Forgiveness doesn't mean you forget what happened. It doesn't mean you ignore the betrayal or pretend that it didn't affect you. What it means is that you no longer let that person have any power over your emotions, your thoughts, or your life. They've already taken enough from you. Don't let them steal your peace, too. Forgiveness is a gift to yourself, not to them. It's an act of strength, not weakness. It's the most liberating thing you can do because it takes away the hold they have over you. And when you do that, you start to heal. You start to reclaim your energy, your focus, and your joy. And you know what happens when you choose to forgive and let go of that anger? You create space for something so much better to enter your life. When you're carrying around the weight of resentment and hurt, you're blocking your own happiness, your own growth, and your own future. Let go of what no longer serves you and watch how much room there is for new opportunities, new people, and a new chapter in your life. Now, I want you to remember this. Your success is the best revenge. When someone hurts you, they want to see you fail. They want to see you crumble under the weight of their betrayal. But instead, you have the power to show them that they didn't break you. The most powerful response you can give is to live a life that is so full of joy, success, and peace that it leaves them stunned. They may have tried to bring you down, but they can't stop your light from shining. When you succeed, when you thrive, when you keep moving forward despite everything they've done to you, you send a message that they cannot ignore. The best way to make someone regret hurting you is to prove them wrong. Not by fighting them, not by getting even, but by focusing on yourself. When you build the life you deserve, a life full of happiness, success, and fulfillment, you make it clear that their negativity didn't have the power to defeat you. Success, happiness, and peace are the most powerful forms of revenge. Because when you find peace within yourself, when you start living your best life, they realize they wasted their time trying to hurt you. They see that their actions didn't matter. They see that you are stronger, better, and more capable than they ever thought you were. And that, my friends, is the sweetest form of revenge. Your ability to rise, to grow, and to become the person they never thought you could be. When you let go of the past, forgive those who've hurt you, and focus on your own growth and success, you take back your power. You stop allowing their actions to define who you are. You stop allowing them to dictate your happiness. And in doing that, you show them that you are unstoppable, that you are worthy of love, peace, and success. And that's all the revenge you need. You don't need to make them suffer. All you need to do is show them how far you can go, how strong you become, and how much better your life is without them. That's when you know you've truly won. When someone hurts you, it can feel like your world has been flipped upside down. It's as if everything you thought you knew about them, everything you trusted, has been ripped away in an instant. You might feel betrayed, disrespected, or even humiliated. It can leave you questioning not only their character, but also your own judgment. We've all been there, in that painful place where it feels impossible to move forward. You feel stuck, trapped in a cycle of hurt and anger. And in that moment, it might feel like the only thing you can do is get back at them, to make them feel the way they made you feel. But here's the truth. The best revenge, the most empowering response, isn't about hurting them back. It's not about trying to get even or making them regret their actions. No, the best revenge is to rise above it. It's about taking control of your own healing and showing them that their actions can never define your worth. The pain they caused you may have shaken you, but it doesn't have to break you. The best revenge is not about giving them a piece of your mind or forcing them to feel guilty. The best revenge is about choosing to let go of that anger, choosing to let go of that hurt, and choosing to focus on your own growth. Forgiveness is where your true power lies. Now, forgiveness isn't about excusing what they did or pretending it didn't hurt you. Forgiveness doesn't mean you forget. It means you choose to let go of the weight of anger, resentment, and bitterness. You see, holding on to those feelings only keeps you trapped in their control. You can't move forward if you're still holding on to the pain they caused. Forgiving them is the greatest act of liberation you can do for yourself. It's about saying, I am not going to let you have any more power over me. It's about taking your life back. About saying, I will not let your actions control my happiness. Forgiveness is freeing. It frees you from the burden of their behavior. It frees you from the mental and emotional toll that carrying around anger does. And while it may feel difficult at first, know that it's a process. Forgiveness doesn't happen overnight, but it's a powerful tool that helps you reclaim control over your own peace of mind. The moment you decide to forgive, you are telling the universe that you are no longer going to let their actions hold you back. You are freeing yourself to heal, to grow, and to focus on what really matters in your life. And here's what happens. When you forgive and let go of that pain, you create space for something better to enter your life. Forgiveness clears the path for you to attract more peace, joy, and success into your world. It's like taking a weight off your shoulders, allowing you to stand taller, walk with more confidence, and move through life with a lighter heart. As you begin to forgive, you'll notice that your energy shifts. You no longer have to waste your time thinking about what they did or how they hurt you. You begin to focus on your own growth, your own happiness, your own success. The best revenge isn't about proving them wrong. It's about showing yourself just how strong you are. It's about getting back on your feet and living a life that's better than anything they could have ever imagined for you. Every time you rise above their hurt, every time you forgive and let go, you make a statement. You didn't break me. You show them that no matter what they do, they cannot take away your peace, your power, or your ability to move forward. When you begin to heal, you start to shine brighter. And the brighter you shine, the more you show them that they didn't win. They didn't break you. They didn't stop you from living your best life. Instead, they only made you stronger, more resilient, and more determined to live on your terms. So when someone hurts you, remember this. Your success is the sweetest form of revenge. They wanted you to fall. They wanted you to stumble. They wanted you to question your worth, but instead you rise. The best way to make someone regret hurting you is to live a life so fulfilling, so powerful, and so peaceful that it blows their mind. When they see you thriving, when they see you not only surviving, but actually flourishing, it sends a message they can't ignore. Your happiness was never dependent on their actions. It was always inside you. The best revenge is living your life in full, unapologetic glory. It's about proving to yourself that you are worthy of love, joy, and success. It's about showing the world that no matter what anyone else does to you, you will always rise. You will always succeed. You will always find a way to move forward stronger than ever. And that's the greatest form of revenge. Not needing their validation, not needing their approval, but knowing that you are enough, just as you are. By focusing on yourself, by healing, forgiving, and rising above the hurt, you become the living proof that their attempt to break you was a wasted effort. They can never take away your peace. They can never steal your happiness, and that is the best revenge you could ever have. Life has a way of testing us. We put ourselves out there, we trust others, and we believe that people have our best interests at heart. But sometimes those people betray us. They hurt us in ways that feel personal and deep. It can come from family, friends, colleagues, or even strangers. And when it happens, it can feel like a weight has been dropped on your heart, leaving you questioning everything. You might find yourself consumed with anger and hurt, wanting to lash out, wanting to make them feel the same pain they caused you. But if we're honest with ourselves, revenge doesn't truly bring peace. It just keeps us stuck in the cycle of pain and negativity. The best revenge you can give to those who have hurt you is not to strike back, but to rise above it. To show them that no matter what they do to you, you won't let them control your peace. The best revenge is to take control of your own life and your own healing. When you choose not to let their actions define you, when you choose to focus on your growth and happiness, you show them that their hurtful words and actions cannot take away your joy. That's the most powerful response you can have, not getting even, but getting better. The power of forgiveness cannot be understated in situations like this. It's easy to think that forgiveness is a weakness or that it's letting someone off the hook. But forgiveness is an act of strength. When you forgive, you free yourself from the grip of anger and resentment that holds you hostage. Forgiveness doesn't mean that what they did was okay. It doesn't mean you're excusing their behavior. Forgiveness means you're choosing to stop allowing them to control your emotions. By forgiving, you stop allowing their actions to have power over you. You take back that control. And forgiveness is for you, not for them. It's about healing, releasing the hold that their actions have on you, and making space for new energy, new opportunities, and a new way of living. You see, when you hold on to grudges, when you let anger fester, you're only hurting yourself. The person who hurt you might have moved on, and yet here you are, still stuck in the past, still letting their actions define you. Letting go and forgiving frees you to live in the present moment. It allows you to open your heart to new experiences, new relationships, and to peace. And here's the thing, when you forgive, you stop letting them win. They may have hurt you, but they no longer have control over your happiness, your future, or your peace of mind. They no longer have a hold on you. By choosing to forgive, you are choosing to rise above their hurtful actions. You are choosing to be the bigger person. And the beauty of this is that the more you focus on healing, the less power they have over you. The pain they caused, the betrayal they brought into your life, it all becomes less important as you begin to focus on your own healing and growth. The best revenge is living your best life. It's showing them that their actions didn't break you, didn't stop you, and didn't define you. It's about finding your own peace, your own joy, and your own path forward without their hurtful actions weighing you down. And when you let go of the hurt, you create space for something better. You create space for new opportunities, for new love, for success, and for peace. The more you focus on yourself and your own healing, the more you can manifest the life you deserve. When you forgive, when you choose to let go of the past, you open up to the future. And the future is full of potential, full of opportunity, and full of the chance to live a life that's even better than you imagined before the hurt came into your life. The best revenge is to show them that you are stronger than they thought you were. The best revenge is living a life that's so full of joy, peace, and success that they can't help but see that their hurtful actions never had the power to destroy you. You show them that you've come through the fire and come out even stronger. You show them that nothing they did can take away your worth, your joy, or your future. So let me ask you this. How do you want to respond to the hurt in your life? How do you want to let the actions of others define you? Because here's the truth. Your response is the one thing you can control. You can't control their actions, their words, or their behavior, but you can control how you respond. You can choose to forgive, to heal, and to rise above. You can choose to focus on your own life, your own peace, and your own happiness. And when you do that, you take back your power. The best revenge is not about getting back at them. It's about living the life that they thought you couldn't have, the life that shows them that they didn't break you. The best revenge is finding happiness in your life, success in your career, and peace in your heart. It's about proving to yourself that you are the one in control. That's how you show them that their attempts to hurt you, their attempts to bring you down, have failed. And when you live your life with joy, peace, and success, they can't help but see that you have won without ever lifting a finger.